Good morning, AP. I'm Sophie Jungling.
And I'm Megan Johnson.
Today, we will be touching base on large group contest, a new record at AP, the Iowa Falls soccer game, and our teacher interview of the week.
Before we get into articles today, we have some announcements to make.
Stop in the library and guess how many bookworms are in the jar. The winner will be announced on May 16th.
There are spreadsheets in the office that list senior open house information to anyone who is interested.
Join Hand in Tasseling and make a lot of money in a short amount of time. There is a sign-up sheet outside the lunchroom door.
There are registration forms in the office for any high school girl that is interested in a volleyball camp this summer.
Forms must be filled out and returned to Mrs. Surratt by May 16th.
Now we will be moving into articles for the day. Our first story is about our AP band and choir at large group contest.
Last Saturday, the choir participated in the annual large group contest held at Cedar Falls High School's auditorium. The women's choir, the men's choir, and the mixed choir each performed their pieces. The choir had been practicing this music since February and had been working hard to get good ratings at the contest. All three choir groups received Division I ratings from all three judges. This is Mr. Bieber's 6th year at AP, and the choir has received Division I ratings all 6 years. We hope to continue the tradition of success and wish the choir best of luck in the upcoming year. Now we send you to Gannon for our trivia question of the day.
Welcome to Tricky Trivia of the Week. This week's question is, what is electrophobia?
What is one thing most people don't know about you?
My left leg is about 1.5 inches shorter than my right leg.
What is your favorite teaching memory?
My favorite teaching memory is probably implementing this flipped classroom that I'm doing. It's taken a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun.
How long have you been teaching at AP?
This is my 6th year at AP.
Okay. What is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment, does it have to be professional or personal?
Either.
My biggest accomplishment would be being the dad of twin boys.
What is your favorite high school memory?
My favorite high school memory, my senior year of high school, in a basketball game I made a half-court shot at the end of the quarter.
Why are you teaching at AP?
I started coaching here before I started teaching here, and then one thing kind of led to another, and here I am.
If you were in an alley and were going to be mugged, which other teacher would you want to be at your side?
I would either say Mr. Berkey, Mr. Benning, or Mr. Getch, because Getch and Benning because they're wrestlers and are good in hand-to-hand combat, and I feel like Berkey would be just scrappy enough to win a battle.
Our next story is about Joe Little and what he has accomplished this track season.
How many track runners can say they have competed in every single running and field event throughout their career? Our own Joe Little has done just that. This year, Joe finally completed his goal of doing every single event offered. He finished at the conference meet in Sumner by throwing disc and shot, as well as running the 400 hurdles. This has never been done in AP track and field history, which puts Joe in the record book.
And now it's time for Random Interviews! This week we asked people, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Here are their answers.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Probably be if people smell bad.
Slow walkers. I would have to say that my biggest pet peeve is when people chomp on their food and they crunch it really loudly.
When people don't pay attention during class.
My biggest pet peeve is when my daughter Ellis comes up behind me and stands there and cracks her knuckles in my ear.
Julie, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Probably when people get stuff that they don't deserve.
Now we have a recap of the soccer game in Iowa Falls.
The soccer game on May 8th against Iowa Falls was a hard-fought win. After no goals in the first half, our girls battled back and got a goal by Haley Peterson early in the second half. Soon after, 2 more goals were scored by Frida Tryland and Sarah Gall. The AP girls soccer team is now 7-1 with only a few games left until regionals, which begin on May 29th.
The answer to this week's trivia question. Electrophobia is the fear of chickens. Tune in next week for another tricky trivia.
Thanks for tuning in for this week's news and articles.
Don't forget to catch us next week for more of the latest news.